Welcome back to the Dark Archives. Today we are going to be pointing our flashlights at the most famous family in the Soul Society. We are looking at the Kuchiki Clan. If you watch the anime, they look absolutely perfect. They are the ultimate rich kids of the Shinigami world. They wear fancy silk cloths and live in a giant mansion. Their leader, Byakuya Kuchiki, is basically the Batman of Bleach, but with cherry blossoms. He never sweats, he never yells, and his hair is always perfectly blowing in the wind. They act like they are the holy, untouchable kings of the law, but with the archives, we already know that perfection is always a lie. A clean white jacket usually means you are really good at hiding the bloodstains. Today we are going to be exposing the dark hidden truth behind the Kuchiki Clan. We are going to look at the lies they told you building their great, gigantic mansion, because the most famous family in heaven always runs a massive cover-up. To understand their lies, we have to look at the actual job. The Kuchiki is one of the 4 great noble families. Every noble family has a specific secret duty for the government. The Shioin clan runs the assassination squad, but the Kuchiki clan has an even more dangerous job. They are the official historians of the Soul Society. They are in charge of writing down the history of the world. They compile the records, the rules, and the official timelines. Now, think about that for a second. This is an old saying that goes, history is written by the winners. If you control the history books, you control the actual truth. You can easily erase anything that makes you look bad. You can write down that you are the hero even though you are the monster. The Kuchiki clan acts so proud because they literally wrote the book that says that they are great. But what did they erase to get to the top? Let us go back a million years to the start of the universe. We know from novels that the noble family committed a terrible crime. They took the original Soul King and chopped him into pieces. They mutilated a god just so they could rule the 3 worlds. This is the ultimate original sin of the Bleach universe. And what do you think covered it up? The Kuchiki clan wrote the fake history books to hide the crime. They told everyone the Soul King was happy and a peaceful ruler. They hid the fact that their entire society is built on a chopped up corpse. They are not just noble lords, they are the wardens of a cosmic prison. But the lies does not stop at the start of the universe. The root goes all the way down to the modern day. In fact, the Kuchiki clan has a skeleton in their closet. They almost destroyed them. Who was the man who almost brought the entire clan crashing down? We will reveal his name right after we look at Byakuya's credit card bill. Before we get too dark, we need to take a quick break. We have to talk about the hilariously out of touch this family really is. The Kuchiki clan is so rich that they actually break the logic of the show. Byakuya wears a special white scarf called the Ginpaku Kazahana no Gaze. That single scarf costs enough money to buy 10 giant mansions. He literally wears a whole neighborhood around his neck while fighting hollows. And do not even get me started on his hair. The hair pieces he wears are called Kensenkan, and they cost a fortune. By the funniest part of the Kuchiki lore is the seaweed ambassador. Yes, the Wakame Taishi. Byakuya secretly loves an ugly, weird mascot character made of seaweed. He builds giant sand sculptures of it at the beach. He puts an ugly mascot on expensive cookies, and he forces the other captains to eat them. If anyone else did this, they probably will be fired, but when you are Kuchiki and you have the I can buy your entire life money, it is a funny meme, but it proves a dark point. The nobles live in a completely different reality than other poor people in the Serete. To them, the real world is just a playground that they own. Now, back to the dark hidden secrets. What happens when a Kuchiki goes bad? The answer is Koga Kuchiki. Hundreds of years ago, Koga was a brilliant rising star in the family. He had a sword named Muramasa that could control other people's weapons, but the other nobles got super jealous of his power. They set him up, framed him for a crime, then pushed him to the edge. Koga finally snapped and started murdering his own people. Did the Kuchiki clan hold a public trial to find the truth? Absolutely not. They would ruin their perfect shiny reputation. Instead, Genrei Kuchiki Byakuya's grandfather, secretly sealed Koga away. They locked him in a dark box and completely erased his name from the history books. They pretended he never, ever existed. This is exactly how the noble families handle their trauma. If a toy breaks, they do not fix it, they just throw it in a dark closet and buy a new one. But the biggest crack is the perfect Kuchiki armor was created by Byakuya himself. Byakuya fell deeply in love with a poor girl from the slums. Her name was Hisana. Bringing a dirty slum girl into the royal mansion was a massive scandal. The family elders lost their absolute minds over this. It broke all the ancient, sacred rules of the noble bloodline. But Byakuya married her anyway. For 5 years, the Kuchiki clan had to pretend everything was fine. But Hisana was crushed by the psychological weight of the noble world. She spent every day trying to find the baby sister she abandoned in the slums. She stressed of living a lie eventually killed her. This is the tragic irony of the Kuchiki family. Their house is so full of rules and fake history that the normal humans literally cannot survive breathing the air. This brings us to the most famous arc in the entire series. Why was Byakuya going to let his adopted sister, Rukia, be executed? Fans used to think he was just an evil, cold-hearted jerk, but the hidden truth is much more complicated and much sadder. Byakuya was trapped inside the lie of his own family. He broke the rule to marry Hisana, and he broke the rule to adopt Rukia. He swore a blood oath to his parents that he would never break a rule again. When Rukia was sentenced to death, his brain short-circuited. He was choosing between the sister he loved and the law that held the universe together. Because, remember, the Kuchiki clan are the historians. If they stop following the law, the whole fake history of the Soul Society falls apart. Byakuya was not trying to kill Rukia out of hate. He was willing to sacrifice his own heart just to keep the fragile system from exploding. He was the ultimate victim of his family's toxic ancient pride. Let us close the book of the Kuchiki clan. They are the beautiful sparkling diamonds of the Soul Society, but diamonds are just dirty rocks that have been crushed under extreme pressure. The Kuchiki family is not a symbol of justice or peace. They are the PR department for a deeply corrupted government. They covered up the mutilation of a god, they erased their own family members from history, and they hid the deep depression behind expensive scarves and seaweed mascots. The next time you see Byakuya drop a million cherry blossom petals, look closer. He is not fighting to protect the weak. He is fighting to protect a very expensive, very bloody lie. Truth is often scarier than the sword fights, but hey, that is a declassified file for another night. Bon Kai.